So I finally got my hands on the brand new Stanton STX. First of all, once again, I just have to mention that the STX is mine. Nobody has purchased this for me. Nobody has given this to me to review. Everything on my channel I purchase for myself and I use. Just to make that clear. I know you notice this thing has all the stickers on it, all the cables, all the wires, everything that is not being used. I'm actually recording this after using it. Seeing it in the flesh, it's actually smaller than it looks online. And it has a lid on the top which you can put underneath to raise the turntable if you need to do that. In the recess on the underside, you have the power on-off button. You have a USB-C input, you have your RCAs, you have headphone inputs, 1/4 inch and a 3.5mm, and you've got stereo in. This turntable comes with a quick start guide. It comes with a sheet of all these transfers, all these stickers, and it also comes with a slip mat. I'm liking the finish on the top. It's a nice effect. Gives that plastic something else. Good job it's not underneath the fader. The lid can be secured in place with these locking mechanisms either side, and it comes with 2 batteries, and I believe that it only runs on one. Quick tip when it comes to batteries. I learned the hard way. I purchased some batteries for my OMNI. I left them in there and I hadn't charged them. And after 6 months, one set just died. They might have been cheap ones. If you need to replace batteries, just a tip, keep your batteries charged if you're not going to use your turntable for a long time. And if you need to buy new batteries, don't buy batteries because you can actually buy something like a torch that comes with batteries. And that is sometimes cheaper than buying just 2 dedicated batteries. And with that torch, you'll get a charger. The reason why I bought the torch is because I couldn't find 2 batteries anywhere. I could buy 4, I could buy 6. I couldn't even buy 1 battery. The minimum amount of batteries I could buy was 4. Then when I thought, I'm not going to buy 4 batteries, I thought, what can I buy with 18650 batteries? I see this torch, it was actually cheaper with its charger and charging cable and 2 batteries, and it all was actually cheaper than me trying to source 2 single batteries. So now I've got 2 batteries that I needed, and I've got a free torch and charger. It's got this nice blue handle on the side. That is all aluminium. It feels like aluminium. Very strong. Nice. Anodized aluminium. Looking at the top, it looks good. You've got the Inno fader Nano, and with this machine, you've got a nice short throw on the fader. But when you're looking at something like the OMNI, you've actually, in actual fact, got 2 faders that you can instantly swap, depending on your style. I do believe you can swap it to the other side, but that is not going to happen as quick as it would happen if you had an OMNI. You've got cut-in adjustment for your crossfader. You've got your crossfader curve. You've got your volume there, minimum to maximum. You've got a tonal control, low to high. That will obviously change the characteristics of your scratch. High frequencies to low frequencies. You've got your RPM selector, 33 to 45 to 78. You've got your ultra pitch switch, and you've got your pitch fader. You've got fader reverse depending on your style, and you've got fader select. You can have it on your left or the right. Swap the fader over and put the plate on the other side. Start stop button in the middle. It also comes with an adapter for your 7-inch records. This has a built-in speaker. It's on the top. It goes loud enough. Being on the top, I suppose you hear it more compared to the OMNI. It's right up in front of you rather than being on the side. I must add that the start stop button illuminates, and so does the Bluetooth button and the USB record button. This function will allow you to record your performances onto a USB drive. That is a fantastic feature. I like that. Let's just talk about prices for a minute. I do believe this is $249 US. And I'm saying that because from the cartridge to the head shell to the tone arm to the balance weight at the back on the Stanton STX, it is all plastic. On the OMNI, from the cartridge to the head shell to the tone arm to the counterbalance weight at the rear, at the end of that tone arm, it is all metal. So straight away you can tell quality is in the OMNI. Another thing I noticed with the OMNI is that the platter is metal on the OMNI, and the platter on the STX is plastic. Although you're not going to be putting much weight on your record if you're scratching, so maybe you don't need something more substantial has to be metal, but you can see the quality of materials is in the OMNI. The platter is stable enough. So you can start to see that quality tends to be more in the balance of the OMNI. Quality of materials. One more thing I need to mention. I am so surprised that it cannot play a 12-inch record. I sometimes take my turntable to shops to play records that I wanted to buy, just to see the quality of them, just to see what the quality was like when I purchased them, see if the track I needed played well. Not records for scratching, but just records to play. I might go to record fairs or shops or travel to different stores to try and find records that I'm looking for and just to see how they play. I cannot play a 12-inch record on this. So this is just dedicated to buying 7 inches. That's a big deal because this is so much bigger than the OMNI. The OMNI is so much more compact. It looks so much more slick than this. You can see how the way the OMNI has been made, the design, the curves, everything is a lot more slick. The feel and touch of everything seems so much, it just seems to have more of a quality feel. So I tend to think to myself, why has this got 78 RPM on it? Because you can't play them old 12 inches. You can't play 12-inch albums on this. I'm puzzled. I've got 2 OMNIs. One's in my studio and one I take here, there and everywhere. This is the one out of my studio and all I do is play records on this. The good thing about the STX is someone who's starting, they will pick this model up, get familiar with it, and it will be perfect for them. I think if someone comes from a different model, they might not buy this. It will take a while to get used to, but they might like it through the fact that you can record on it and the fact that it's new. The overall finish of everything is better on the OMNI. It can play 12-inch records, it can play 10-inch records, and it has the DVS capability. And I think the look and design is so much better, neater, and the quality is there in the overall product. The speed at which you could have fader reverse, whereas on the STX, you need to actually physically take that inner fader out and replace it. I know it might only be you using it, but if someone else wanted to use it, that switching around would have to be done, taking a lot of time. Also, the OMNI being more compact, I think might make it more favorable. In favor of the Stanton, it has a better quality locking lid. It has the ability to record your scratches. It will cost you less. You can even record a record or just a track from a record. Being such a large turntable and not being able to play 12-inch records kind of baffles me. It seems a bit like an opportunity missed, making the Stanton STX just not as flexible as the OMNI. I think if you just like to play records in your house and you like to have a nice looking turntable, the OMNI might be the one for you because you can play anything on it. When it comes to the STX, I think it's more dedicated to scratching, performing. But as I keep saying, if you're brand new into all of this and you pick up the Stanton STX and you've had nothing else to use before, this is a fine way to start at such a cheaper price when compared to the OMNI, which I'm going to have to say is my favorite. With the OMNI, there's a variety of so many different colors to choose from to suit your taste. The batteries are much more easier to access with the Stanton STX. I'm still more familiar with how it operates and how everything works. So the OMNI is still my portable of choice. With the STX, it's early days yet. I'm still trying to get my way around it. I'm not so familiar with it. Somebody might prefer something else when it comes to mods. So then you could be looking at the STX. It still has many great features that the OMNI doesn't. If you purchase the STX, you wouldn't know what the OMNI performs like. You would just be on the STX and performing on the STX, making it your portable of choice.